Are you looking for the best laptop? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best laptop on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Acer Swift 314. The best budget laptop we've tested is the Acer Swift 314 2020. Acer Swift models aren't exactly considered budget and are usually more expensive. However, this is an older model from 2020, so the price has decreased considerably, making it a great value. You can get it with an Intel 11th Gen Core i5 or i7 CPU and up to 16 GB of memory and 512 GB of storage. The Intel 11th Gen CPUs are a few years old but fast enough for general productivity tasks. The battery also lasts over 13 hours on a full charge. It has a nice FHD IPS display, a decent keyboard, and a wide port selection, including 2 USBs, 1 USB-C/Thunderbolt 4, a full-size HDMI, and a headphone jack. The webcam is our only major complaint. Its exposure is too low, and the microphone sounds staticky. Number 2. Lenovo Chromebook C3 4015. If you want to spend as little as possible, get the Lenovo Chromebook C3 4015 2020, a 15.6-inch 2-in-1 convertible with a sturdy build and long battery life. You can get this laptop with an Intel Core i3 or Pentium Gold CPU, both of which are getting a little long in the tooth, but still powerful enough to provide a smooth experience on Chrome OS. That said, you can only get a maximum of 4 GB of memory, so limit the number of applications or Chrome tabs you open simultaneously. As with most budget-friendly laptops, the display is where Lenovo makes some compromises. Its IPS panel doesn't get very bright, meaning you'll have trouble with visibility in very well-lit environments, and due to its narrow color gamut, most content looks slightly washed out. Images and text look decently sharp, and there's plenty of screen real estate for split-screen multitasking. The keyboard feels great to type on, and while the touchpad is small, it tracks all movements and gestures well. Number 3. Microsoft Surface Pro 8. The best 2-in-1 tablet we've tested is the Microsoft Surface Pro 8 2021. This versatile tablet form factor makes the Surface Pro one of the best laptops for home use. You can detach the keyboard to make it easier to hold or save space, like on a kitchen counter, and pop it back on when you need to type something out. Its 3:2 display looks sharp, gets bright enough to combat glare, and has a 120 Hz refresh rate to make pen input feel more responsive. Above the display sits an excellent 1080p webcam and a Windows Hello IR camera for quick logins. The keyboard feels good to type on, although you need to buy it separately, and the same goes for the stylus. The battery lasts only around 7 hours of light use, but luckily, the power adapter is fairly compact, and you can also charge via its USB-C/Thunderbolt 4 ports. As this is a model from 2021, there's already a newer version, the Surface Pro 9. It's essentially the same device but with faster Intel 12th Gen processors. The Surface Pro 9 is easier to find, but if you don't need the performance increase, you can save a good chunk of cash with the Surface Pro 8 since it's an older device and often on sale. Number 4. Lenovo Legion Pro 5 Gen 816. Our best gaming laptop pick is the Lenovo Legion Pro 5 Gen 816 2023. This 16-inch model is available with AMD Ryzen 7000 CPUs, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 40 series GPUs, up to 32 GB of RAM, and up to 1 TB of storage. Performance is excellent, even the RTX 4050 can push high frame rates in demanding games. If you want to play all games at the display's QHD Plus resolution, you'll have to upgrade to an RTX 4060 or 4070 model. Speaking of the display, you have 2 refresh rate options, 165 Hz and 240 Hz. Both support VRR to reduce screen tearing. The build quality is great. It isn't the most premium laptop out there since it's more of a mid-range model, but it feels sturdy nonetheless. It has a great keyboard, Wi-Fi 6E, and tons of ports, including an HDMI 2.1 and Ethernet. The fans get pretty loud, but on the upside, neither the CPU nor the GPU throttles under load, so you'll get a consistent gaming experience when playing for an extended period. Unfortunately, this laptop and its power adapter are bulky and heavy, and the battery lasts less than 5 hours of light use. Number 5. Asus ROG Zephyrus G14. If you want something more budget-friendly than the Lenovo Legion Pro 5 Gen 8 16, 2023, get the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14, 2022. It's usually more expensive, but since it's a model from 2022 and a newer one is available, you can often find it at a much lower price. For around $1,200 you can get a model with an AMD Ryzen 9 6900HS CPU, an AMD Radeon RX 6700S GPU, 16GB of RAM, and 1TB of storage. This configuration is powerful enough to provide smooth gameplay in AAA titles at the display's native QHD resolution. There's only a 120Hz IPS display. It has a fast response time to deliver a clear image and FreeSync support to reduce screen tearing. 1 TB of storage isn't very much considering the size of modern AAA games, but the SSD is user upgradable, so you can swap it for a larger one later. The biggest downside is that it gets hot and loud.